Hey guys, we just got back from The Little Mermaid, and first off, I don't want to hear any bull crap about 3 grown men going to see The Little Mermaid.
It's classic.
Okay?
Look, it's a classic.
I was young when this came out. God damn it, I'm not apologizing for enjoying the original.
I saw it in the theaters. It's the first movie I remember seeing in the movie theaters. I fucking love the original Little Mermaid, and I will fucking fight you.
I will fucking fight you alongside Alex. That's what I'm saying. And no apologies. There are some damn good songs in that film. They're downright classics, and saw them at my house, saw them at Joe's house, saw them everywhere. Because Joe has all the Disney DVDs, don't you? Or Disney VHS tapes.
Those real puffy ones.
Yes,
Real puffy
yes.
ones,
yeah. So, I don't want to hear this film isn't for us because it's for everyone. Now, Disney has had some, some soulless live-action adaptations recently, and it makes me wonder what the hell they're gonna do when they run out of their current library. You know, it's like, can we get there already so they can start making original stuff again? I don't know, but is this particular one any good? And well, that's what we're here to talk about. And it's no secret that this film in particular has gotten a lot of criticism before. But why? Before it even released. Well, some people judging it way fully before it came out. And, you know, there's people that hate Ariel that now has a black actress cast as Ariel instead of the white, you know, cartoon character that she was originally. And there's also some that's some criticism about Disney's, like I just did, live action, soulless, just repeating the same shit over and over, very washed out. And there's criticism of the creepy CGI. This one I agree with. You know, you got Sebastian, and you got the crabs and the seagulls and the fish, flounder, that just look weird, especially in comparison to their counterparts in the older animation. They're just not as expressive. It's just kind of weird to watch a real-life crab, and I enjoy eating crab, and now I feel weird. It's just weird. But let me just start by saying that it can't match the original, not for me, because the original just has the expressiveness of that animation. The original is also known as almost kind of saving Disney's animation studios at time. So, how is this particular one? Is it, you know, the worst Disney live-action production yet? No, it's fine. It's fine. There are parts that really worked for me, and there are parts that, you know, other parts not so much. So we're going to talk about all those. But I will say up front, the best parts for me, Ariel. This actress, wow. This girl can sing. My God. And I am not ashamed to admit, but I felt like a rush of emotions through the songs because she sang them so beautifully, almost a tear in my eye. And then Eric, the relationship between Ariel and Eric, the animation can get a little creepy. She's a little obsessive, and, you know, she's just, you know, kind of like stalker vibes a little bit. But here, I think the relationship works a little better. They kind of into the same things. He has collections, she has collections. He's a prince, she's a princess that are kind of told to follow the rules and stuff. I think that stuff works a little better. But mainly it is the singing. And I think she does a very, very good job. So overall, I think it's good. It's not one of the worst live actions, but I wouldn't necessarily put this above the original. What do you guys think? Let's hear from you guys. I got more, but
This was better than I expected, honestly, because I expected trash watching the other butchering of what they did before.
Oh my
God!
Stuff like Dumbo, Lion King,
This is above
Mulan.
those. This is above those.
Really?
I did enjoy it. Ariel was great. Even Melissa McCarthy at times was a good Ursula, but then she kind of broke character, kind of trying to make it too funny. It's like, nah, I liked what you were doing before. Just keep that same momentum.
Keep it.
But I always hated the live animations with the Lion King because, like you said, you can't really portray emotions. Like, look, this is a fucking talking fish.
Yes.
Give it some more animation.
That was awful. Flounder is awful.
You don't need to make
He's
it
not
like
even in the
super
film,
real
basically.
Life. She's talking to a fish. Just have fun with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would it be like fucking, a trippy ass film if they just said, fuck it, we're going to have the fish play instruments. We're going to do, even though they're live action.
I was kind of upset about that. I was like, Under the Sea was great. It's like, I love when
Under the Sea.
They're doing a whole bunch of instruments. They're playing.
No instruments.
They're just
walking around.
And that's the heart that they had in the original because we love that part too.
Get into it.
It won an Academy Award. That song won an Academy Award.
Yes, sir.
And this version is just not as good.
No, it's cool, but like it's not as cool as it should have been.
Right.
And I'm upset they removed the chef part.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, I guess it was gonna be too realistic for children that they're cutting up fish and whatever.
Or so playing with skulls.
Yeah, it would have been a great distraction as he's trying to stop the wedding or whatever, stop Ursula's plan or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know why they removed it. It was bullshit.
And Scuttle did a terrible song that I hated.
Oh my God, Joe! I was actually having fun, and I was like, okay, like I'm feeling this, and then it went
Scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt. I don't know what it was exactly, but Aquafina fucking has a new song that is garbage. It is so cringe. It was causing me physical pain to listen to it. It's one of those, what is it, early 90s, hey, fellow kids, we're doing the rap thing. And
Space Jam with fucking Porky Pig.
Yes.
It was fucking terrible cringy.
Yes.
I didn't like that. But
it was really cringy. Now, granted, I did hear a bunch of kids laughing at the end of it.
Of course.
But even Ariel's like, shut the fuck up, and she throws the fucking
that same child that
blanket
threw up on
over
herself. Remember? That was in the parking lot.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, that's great.
Congrats.
Right.
Yeah. So
and he's not kidding. The kid did barf all over themselves.
Yes, but it wasn't the kid that was laughing. Joe. I had no idea.
A couple of added scenes that were fine. Didn't really add to it much. The singing, I guess the new songs they put out, they kind of the ending.
What are the new songs? Obviously,
whenever Eric is singing,
Eric is singing is
Scuttlebutt, and then
you know what?
I
didn't hate Eric's song. I felt like I should have hated it.
It was fun.
But I kind of liked it. I kind of liked that they gave Eric a little bit more. So it didn't bother me so much. Not nearly as much as Scuttlebutt. What was the third?
When they're going in the market and she's even though she has no voice, she's singing in her head.
And then they're doing the dance sequence and all that stuff.
It's not great.
Okay, yeah.
It ain't great.
Yeah, which is terrible. They're throwing sand around. That's a very dangerous tool. I carry pocket sand around.
Yeah,
they're like throwing sand. It's like, that's going to get in your eyes. It's very dangerous.
Okay, Joe.
They changed the end.
Can you tell? We'll talk in spoilers, I guess. Yeah.
They changed the end. They kind of flip-flopped it. But this is one you can just wait and stream. It's not as bad as like the other ones as we mentioned.
Oh yes,
but I wouldn't really rush out and see this. It's just like I just wait.
There is no reason to rush out and see it unless you have kids. If you've got kids, then you're probably not watching this. You probably already took your kids to the theater so they could shut up for a minute.
Yeah. I don't even think it's a crazy thing to say that this is probably the best, if not one of the best Disney live actions that they've done.
Hey, because it's Alex likes it.
Well, it's a best of a really
got downvoted because everybody's expecting us to fucking trash on the film. Well, at least
all of the live action movies are, for the most part, fucking garbage. So saying it's the best of a bad batch doesn't really say much. I really like the Little Mermaid. I've got a little brother. I watched it with him. I've got a little sister, watched it with her. So like this movie means something to me. Yeah. And some of the songs they did, like Part of Your World, they did a really good job. I don't think they did a very good job with Under the Sea. I was really disappointed with it. Like I was really like that is the one it won him an Oscar. And then the other one that was nominated for an Oscar, Kiss the Girl, wasn't all that great either. It's like they fucked up some of the things in it. And then like he said, the animation stuff just didn't work. Having a true to life crab, just I don't give a shit.
Creepy,
and he's not
expressive,
and he's not as good of a Sebastian as the original. And so there's a lot of awkwardness here. There's some stuff here that works. There's some stuff that they changed that they're trying to be more PC, and then you think about the stuff that they removed. It's like, shut the fuck up, Disney.
You're doing too much.
They removed part of Ursula's song where she's like, Ariel's like, how am I supposed to get Eric to kiss me if I don't have a voice? And then Ursula's like, use your feminine wiles, and she's talking, and they remove all that thing and they're like, well, what? It's like she's the villain. She's supposed to say dumb, evil shit.
Yeah.
This is you don't go to Ursula for life advice. So if your kid is stupid enough to listen to advice from Ursula, don't take him to see movies. Put a helmet on him. Put him in a room with a ball. That's all that they're ready for. So it's like
we need to do that to adults at this point who are taking stuff out of that and saying nobody can hear this stuff anymore.
I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. He does a lot of amazing things. I know that he wrote most of the songs, the new songs here, or maybe he wrote all of them. I know he's a producer. Some of them are fucking bad, and like they're really fucking bad. Scuttlebutt's terrible. And I wanted to like this movie because like at this point I was like, hey, this ain't so fucking bad.
And then that thing hit.
And then it's like, holy shit, this is fucking terrible. This should have been a shot for shot, scene for scene remake with all of these actors, because the actors and actresses for the most part did a really great job. And if even Melissa McCarthy, and I had been talking shit for weeks. I was like, I don't think she can pull off Ursula, and she didn't quite, but she was really close. And so it's like, good job to these actors and actresses.
She wasn't going to beat the original Ursula, I'll tell you that much. But
she
will give her props.
Pretty close, but then she kind of did her own thing.
She was getting close, and you tell that maybe she could stick the land. She had to do some Melissa stuff. I don't know why. Why you do that.
So it was better than I thought it was going to be because I was expecting a fucking disaster. Yeah. But it's a really, really low bar to be the best of the Disney live actions. So,
directed by Rob Marshall, screenplay by David McGee, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, produced by. So, golly, Halle Bailey, wow. Just, I'm impressed. And I thought that her singing voice is so beautiful. I'm entranced. Like Ursula can put a spell on people. Puts a spell on Eric. I'm got a spell. Now, shame that she doesn't get to talk for much of it. Obviously, it's a plot point. Her voice gets removed because I wanted to hear more from her, frankly. And so I'm kind of glad that there was that song there that she got to kind of sing in her head a little bit.
Yeah, Little Mermaid.
So I get a little bit more. Oh, God, Joe, is it? I don't even remember Little Mermaid 2. Did you ever make me watch that? When we watched that
It's been so long ago.
VHS. And I think there's a third one, too. There might be Little Mermaid 3. Oh, my God. I don't know if that's what they're planning. Oh, God. Is that what they're going to do after they get through all these remakes? They're going to remake the fucking directed DVD?
Yeah, I think it's her daughter. Is it Return to the Sea?
Yeah. So I think, what's his name? Javier Bardem. I think he did a good job as her father. And, yeah, the acting was great. The roles were good. I don't like how Disney live action has a little bit of washed out colors. It's just that animation is so bright. It's so vibrant. It's so fun. It all works together. And there are moments of color. So they're starting to get it, but they're not quite there. There's still some washed out parts. Okay, I'm shitting on it again. Let me find another good thing that this one might do, well. I think there's actually a good distinction between the underwater world and the human world in this. When she actually transitions, you can see the rustling and bustling, the boats and the smoke and stuff that you don't really see underwater. And in the animation, because everything is so brightly colored with palettes, it all kind of blends together. The human world's basically the same as the underworld, just obviously above the surface. But here, there is a distinction.
There was no penis palace under the water.
Penis palace under the water does not exist.
It didn't exist. I mean, you were expecting like big bright colors underwater, like to show this beautiful fantasy land, like kind of, and like no, you had none of that. No one's no carps playing the harp. Can't have that.
Nope.
So we're gonna have a seagull rap instead. You're gonna love it.
And despite the rumors that the priest did not have a boner, and watch the critic, the Nostalgia Critics review. He actually has one of the original animators that says, no, that's not a thing. That's actually his knee, and he's kind of short, and so it looks like that. We wouldn't have done that. Now, the penis palace, that's real. So just outright admits that. Anyways, yeah. So I thought, fine. You know, how long has it been since the original? Let's see, the original
89.
God damn! So it's been like fucking 30 years or something, right? So, you know, you can always pop in that DVD. You can always pop in that Blu-ray and VHS.
Yeah.
Or just stream it on Disney Plus.
Stream it on Disney Plus and have your kids, because I think your kids they'd be popping way more to that music and everything than this one. This one's more like, hey, let's just revisit it, and we're not going to it's not going to be as good. There's going to be a few good things, but we just want to make the money. Yeah. We just want to make them.
We want to make sure that because there's also the theory that Disney has to do these every now and then because they could potentially lose the trademark and the license for these things.
Oh, that's true. Like Winnie the Pooh, and now you got all that horror version.
Yeah, so they want to
part 2. They want to see him.
Yeah. Don't I hear it's bad? Yeah. Look. This actually kind of was closer to the original than I thought it would be. There are a few changes. We'll talk about it here in a second. But that's a good thing because I think Disney's version is a lot better than the original. If you don't know the original Little Mermaid, do not look up the ending to that. You will be very sad. And
same thing with
Disney does its own thing. Yes. Let's just say that it has a happy ending when the original was horrific. So there are good changes, what I'm saying. And about all the changes here, it's not like I could be like, oh yeah, that was better than the original, or that was a much better change. I can't do any of that.
The best I could do is it was on par.
Best I can do, it got up to on par. I think Ariel did a fantastic job. That actress, Halle Bailey, did a good job. Surprised by Melissa McCarthy. She would have nailed it if she toned it down just a little bit. I do like the father, Hardim. Maybe he's better than his animated counterpart, I guess. They try to throw in some Ariel sister stuff. It's very brief, and it's
same.
They actually do borrow, I think, a story element from, is it the books or maybe one of the sequels that I haven't seen, that Ursula is related. Because I don't think that was that in the original Little Mermaid? No, it's not in the original Little Mermaid, but it is in either one of the sequels or in the book that they're kind of a family and all. They don't really do anything with it, so it's like, oh, well.
It's just kind of pointless.
Why'd you put it in there?
I thought that they might show Ursula again or something, or maybe deepen her character, but no, she is like the original. Yeah. Man. I was just enjoying myself. I kind of watched the original again now that I've seen this one. I tried to watch it before so I can have a better comparison, but I was just so busy editing that Redfall review and several things before we take off for Vegas. So we'll be back later. So anyways, let's go with final verdicts.
I'm at a 5.
Oof! 5 out of 10. That is average. It's an average
it is.
film.
Like I was thinking, I was thinking about a 6, but again, these characters, Sebastian Flounder, were charming. They were great in the original. This is just kind of flat, deadpan. They just don't.
That's a perfect word for it. It's flat. Some of the songs were flat.
Yeah.
The side characters are flat.
Yeah. So they weren't as good as the original. The song Under the Sea should have been better. I'm still mad.
It's good, but it could be way better.
Yeah, and a lot of nitpicking, obviously, for me, is like the way they looked, the way they kind of depicted some of the cut scenes, the ending. So it just brought it down to a 5 because I was maybe a 6 if I'm more lenient, but 5 for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that anyone that has an animated character, a non-humanoid-ish character was just not very good. You don't get any the mischievousness of Flotsam and Jetsam, the two eels, and everything else. And then there's sea creatures swimming around and doing stuff, but they're the world felt alive, it felt bright, it felt colorful. And you lose a couple points when you have the blueprints, when you've got the movie in front of you. and it's right there, and you can copy the songs, you can copy everything scene for scene, and when you make a change and it doesn't make anything better, it's just kind of weird. It's like Ursula changes stuff in the contract in this that is different and secret from the original.
She doesn't use the contract to block. I was looking for that.
There's no contract. There's
it's
no
like blood or something.
So there's like weird little changes, and then you're like, okay, are we doing anything with these changes? And you're like, oh, why would you just fucking change it for no reason? Because
it would make your film better.
Yeah.
Not even because it was in the animation, but because it's visually more interesting.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of opportunities for them to do that. I think they nailed some of the songs. They underdid some of the other ones. And I don't think I like half of the new stuff because I'm pretty neutral on Eric's song.
Yeah.
I think Ariel's songs is okay, and I hate Scuttle's song.
Yes.
So
I think we all agree that did lower a point for me.
Yeah.
I'm deducting a whole fucking point for that.
Yeah,
song.
so I definitely understand a 5. I think this, if you've got kids and you love the original, go see this one. There's a lot to like here, but if you're a shitty curmudgeon like me, average film.
Okay. But did you like it better than Cinderella? I haven't seen the live-action Cinderella.
I didn't see the one with Brandy.
Did you like it better?
No.
It's not Brandy.
I remember that one though.
Yeah, I do remember that one. No, it's
I don't know. I never saw Cinderella.
2015. Did you like it better than Mulan?
The live-action Mulan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, this is better
Did
than
you like? I liked it better than Mulan as well. Did you like it better than Beauty and the Beast?
Never saw it.
Oh, I like it better than Beauty and the Beast. Joe? Beauty
Shit,
and the
I don't
Beast.
remember it.
I rewatched Beauty and the Beast recently, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. Did you like it better than Aladdin?
I think I like Aladdin a little bit better.
I think it could be on par.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to beat Robin Williams and the original cast.
Oh, we're talking about the originals.
We're only talking about live action.
Action.
I know,
Okay.
but the reason why I brought that up is like, I really like the Little Mermaid, but the characters here are close to their originals, whereas in Aladdin it turns into Will Smith show. It turns into these new characters, and then they up Jasmine. Anyway. Did you like it better than Lion King?
Oh yeah, this is way better than Lion King.
I liked it way better.
That's
than Lion
another
King.
one that I
way
fucking
better.
hated because like whenever Mufasa died, his face was like, oh no, but it was like, there's no emotion there.
There's no sadness.
You don't get.
You see it all in the
that
face, and you don't see that.
scene.
Yeah, I liked it better than Alice in Wonderland. Dumbo.
Yeah,
Dumbo was terrible.
Dumbo was so bad, and I think I'm the only one that saw Pinocchio. I like it much. God damn, in comparison to Pinocchio, this is fucking legend. This is good. This is good shit. Like, at points, I was all the way up to like an 8. There were points in this I was all the way up to 8.
For sure.
I completely. Then I kept falling, and I ended up at about a 6. And it really got done in by some of the new shit that's unwanted and push it out. And then that live action trappings that I feel hold the film back. If you're just going to fucking do it, then go all in, It just doesn't have the intensity and magic of the original. And I can even tell the kids, they would laugh at certain parts that you're supposed to laugh at, but, in comparison to the animation, they'd have way more fun watching the animated film. It's just this kind of, hey, let's all revisit this together.
Plus, it loses all those points for cutting the chef scene.
Yes, and that
Mad
chef
about
scene.
that.
So I am gonna go 6 out of 10, 5 and 5, and that's our take on the Little Mermaid, and I guess that's pretty good. I don't remember if I rated some of the other ones. If I did, I probably rated them too high. I know we were tough on recent ones like Dumbo and shit like that.
It was bad though.
Dumbo's bad.
Okay, so let's go into the spoiler section. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section. I'm not going to do you too well here because I forgot many of the elements of the original. I think this follows it pretty faithfully. It adds some stuff for Eric.
Does.
It adds a few Ariel sisters stuff, which is unnecessary. They say that they're each kind of masters of the 7 seas. So she's got 6 sisters. But Joe, what were you referring to at the end?
There's
where
also
they
one
switch
thing.
it up?
Because Ursula turns them into this creepy little moaning things, but now she just kills.
Oh shit, that's right.
Now she just kills them. Because she killed Triton. I was like, well, and are we supposed to feel sad? He's like, oh, you're dead now. I was like, well, that kind of didn't feel earned. It was more creepy. It's like, oh, I turned you into
I'm
these
gonna turn you into
creepy
a worm,
little worm things.
Yeah.
They weren't there.
That's way more magic. That's way more witch.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then at the end, like when she turns huge, she has Ariel, and she's like shooting her, and like Eric is trying to save her and turns the boat, but now they kind of flip flopped.
That's right.
Eric's the damsel.
Ariel
he's the
does
damsel in
boat.
distress now. And
I understand what they're trying to do. They want to. They probably have heard criticism over the past 30 years of all your characters. Oh, they have no agency. Oh, the women is that. In fact, I actually watched a clip of Roger Ebert and them saying that, oh, Ariel actually has a lot of agency. She knows what she wants. She goes after what she wants and those kinds of things. And I think they could have embraced that. But I guess they had to give her the hero scene so that she's not always like,
how many
times did she say that?
She battled, but I did like the fact that when her father comes back, hey, you battled for me. And, so it made that a little bit, they made that click a little more. So I actually don't mind the change.
But at the same time, she's like, oh, he's dead. And I was like, oh, are we supposed to feel sad? And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of like trying too hard. It's like, oh, my father's dead. I was like, no, he's not.
We know that he's not fucking dead. Shut up.
Yeah, well, the eels kill him too, which is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
When the
they're like attacking him, and he's like being electrocuted.
Well, Ariel's being electrocuted, and she's fine. And then the eels electrocute and then like Triton, and then you expect Ursula to zap his ass and kill him, and he just goes, "Oh, these eels were too much for me," and I turn into dirt, and then he falls down into the depths, and it's just like, wait, the eels did that?
That's right. Wait a minute. I actually thought she zapped him. No. I guess I'm mixing everything together. Yeah, you're right. The eels just let him go, and he kind of floats down, and he dissipates.
Yeah,
and you can't 100% see him dissipate, and you're like, he's alive. It didn't have the effect that it was supposed to have, in my opinion.
Eric's got a mom now, which he didn't used to have before.
I was about to ask. I forgot. Did Eric have parents in the original?
No, he just has like the much older guy
with the big nose.
She's African American. They're in a Caribbean island, so there's a lot more diversity, and basically, I think I don't know if this is in the original as well. He's adopted. He had washed up. That's not in the original.
Nothing.
Right. These are like kind of throwaway things where, he was his product of a shipwreck. There's a bunch of shipwrecks in this area, and their island is actually kind of suffering, and he hopes it gets better. That subplot kind of gets dropped. I thought that maybe at the end it would be like, oh, it's Ursula who's been destroying all the ships, and now the father... Hardim, Javier, he's going to be like, he's going to help out with the ships. Don't worry, safe passage. No, that just kind of gets dropped.
We got you. That's it. Thumbs up.
He does give him a nice little push.
Yeah, it turns into a motorboat.
It looks awkward as hell as the final shot because you're like, but it looks like it's going.
So that's another change because like they get married at the end on that one. This one they're just like, all right, we're going on a voyage. Bye.
Yeah, the world. I'm actually okay with them not getting married right away. It was a little rushed and stuff, I think, in that one. But it's supposed to be a fairy tale, right?
Yes.
So that's why you can excuse it. But yeah, I guess they try to make it a little more realistic. And honestly, that's the fucking problem. Every time they try to make it more realistic,
you go to the movies.
A fucking problem.
You go to the movies to like be wowed and fantasize and just whatever.
Right. And then you do this, realistic, and you get fucking Superman moping. I don't know, I'm going to save people. It's like, shut the fuck up. Why are you doing this?
Superman.
And you're just like ruining shit. And it makes me mad. And okay, now I'm about to lower my fucking rating.
Yeah. Ursula changes a bunch about the contract. She lies to Ariel about it. So she puts something in the potion that makes Ariel completely forget that she's supposed to get kissed.
Yes.
And
did that not happen in the original?
No, it didn't.
Then why the fuck didn't Ariel kiss him right away? I guess because that's a plot hole.
Well, it was true love's kiss. You can't force yourself on
someone. Yeah, it was already there. It was already there.
Yeah, and so what's weird is you expect it to be kind of like this point that keeps getting brought up, and it's going to be a point of conflict. Never comes up whatsoever. The movie follows the cartoon perfectly in terms of how the kiss happens. Okay. So they threw this stupid shit in. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing with this? oh, we're not doing anything with this?
Sebastian has to remind her once.
One time and she falls asleep.
she
And
falls
then they
asleep. She
never bring it up
forgets.
again. And so, like, there's little
So
fucking
it
changes.
confuses me that Disney is unwilling to go goofy, you know, and fucking instrument playing under the water, but yet they'll allow Aquafina to literally vomit from her mouth all over the goddamn film, screeching everything to a halt in a cartoon manner, and and then that's literally what she does in the film. And then she also sings a song, which to my ears sound exactly like that. And so it just makes no sense.
Scuttlebutt.
No, it's
Check
not.
it out.
Joe.
The
Shut the
scuttlebutt.
fuck up. How dare you do that in this song? Anyways, yeah. So what else? I mean, we're not exactly the best channel to go to for the intricate differences.
Plus, it's been
Any other? It has been a long
years
time.
since I watched
Ursula does grow massive in the end.
Yes,
and
same
it's kind of cool to see in live action. It makes more sense in cartoon. It's just easier to do. Her face gets dark and she's
It was too dark. You couldn't really see. It felt like they were trying to hide it. Yeah.
Trying to hide
Yeah,
the
I was
CGI
like,
a little bit. What else? The dog has a little less to do. I think the dog was kind of funny in the original, but he's there. So what else? In the beginning of the animated one, did the humans really fucking hate mermaids in the beginning? Because they were like actively trying to murder
that wasn't
Ariel.
There. No, that was new.
Yeah.
That was
And
new.
they wanted to play up this idea of like humans hate.
Well, you have to have Eric come in and say,
Right.
"Hey, that's not a mermaid. It's
Stop it.
It's like, yeah.
Stop it,
we
idiot.
don't murder animals while he's eating fish.
So,
Yeah.
Eric is a good one. So just in case
Yeah.
he didn't get that.
Yeah. And then there's the one point where Aquafina comes down and eats a fish right in front of Flounder. And Flounder's like,
Hey, what's up?"
friend.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm one of the fish that can talk.
That
so
was my friend. Why?
yeah.
It's like, so you couldn't.
That's
do
why
Oh,
that.
there's fish that can
You
talk.
couldn't
and
do
can't
that.
That's why
talk.
the chef part could absolutely
Exactly.
work because
Right.
even
You
the
just
fish
ate-
and the main characters are eating fish. What do you think Ariel's eating?
Yeah.
Probably fish.
Ursula eats
Shrimp.
some shrimp.
Yeah.
So
Delicious.
Trying to think what it-
I think Melissa McCarthy looked really good as Ursula. She did a good job, the good singing.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, she's not going to be up to the level of the original, but I thought she did a good job. So. Actually, I think this one's perfectly watchable, but like Joe said, I wouldn't run out if unless you have kids. You can wait until this thing comes out on Disney Plus,
should be. I don't know.
Soon.
So
probably soonish. I don't know how it is doing in the theaters right now, but it did have a $250 million budget. Holy shit! Okay, well we'll see. We'll see exactly how it does. Here we go. Possible sequels. Rob Marshall hinted at the possibility of there being sequels to the film if it's successful, saying, "It's a classic story that has a lot of characters, a lot of interesting stories. I do think it's right for certain things, but you have to see how the movie plays, how it does. I think there's opportunity to find more stories within stories. That's a wonderful thing." It's not been confirmed whether the potential sequels would be completely new or follow the direct-to-video. The Little Mermaid 2,
There's
Return to
three.
the Sea,
And
and
three.
The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning. Oh, it's a prequel. Which focused on... Oh, and Return to the Sea focused on Ariel and Eric's daughter, Melody. No, nobody wants to see that. Anyways, so if they do sequels, it'll probably be original stories. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for you. Anything else?
I think covered it.
Covered
That's it,
everything.
That's it, yeah.
Yep. All right. The side characters were less good and a little creepy in live action. Ariel, fantastic. Eric did a good job. Ursula, the king. Songs were great, but not amazing. And we were hoping for certain songs were. Yeah. Certain songs were. And that's mainly due to Halle Bailey. All right. That's it differently. All right. Bye, guys.